The room was filled with a quiet tension as the instructors gathered around the sleek silver piano. It gleamed under the artificial lights of the academy, its surface flawless, its keys waiting to be touched by a master. Students whispered to each other, their voices low, filled with curiosity and doubt. They had heard rumors of a new trainee who seemed ordinary in every way, someone who dressed simply, spoke softly, and moved through the academy halls without drawing attention. Her name was Lena, and to most, she seemed nothing more than a quiet, unassuming student. The instructors exchanged glances. They had prepared a challenge for every trainee, but Lena's presence puzzled them. She had shown minimal skill in the preliminary exercises, her performances adequate but unremarkable. Yet, some of the instructors felt a faint curiosity, a sense that she might hold a talent yet unseen. They decided to test her in a way that few dared. "Lena," one of them said, a tall man with sharp features, "we have chosen a piece for you to perform. It is one of the most difficult compositions in the Academy's archives. Few have mastered it, and many have failed. Are you ready?" Lena looked at him with her calm brown eyes. She nodded slightly, her hands resting in her lap. "I will try," she said simply, her voice quiet but steady. There was no hint of fear or hesitation, only a gentle acceptance of the task before her. The instructors led her to the piano, and the room fell silent. She approached it slowly, her movements graceful and unhurried, as if she had performed this routine countless times. The sheet music was laid out before her, filled with intricate notes that twisted and turned across the page like a maze. The instructors waited, some with skepticism, others with mild amusement. They expected her to falter, to struggle, perhaps even embarrass herself. Lena lifted her hands over the keys. Her fingers hovered for a moment, sensing the weight and resonance of the instrument. Then she began. The first notes floated through the room, soft and deliberate. The instructors blinked. There was a precision in her touch, a control that seemed beyond ordinary training. The notes intertwined, forming delicate patterns that shimmered with emotion. It was not just a performance. It was a declaration, a statement that spoke of mastery hidden beneath her unassuming exterior dot. As she continued, the music grew in complexity, each hand moving independently yet harmoniously. Her fingers flew across the keys with a fluidity that seemed almost otherworldly. The instructors, who had expected a simple struggle, now found themselves captivated. The students gathered at the edges of the room, their whispers fading into awed silence. Lena's expression remained calm, almost serene. She was not performing for praise or recognition. She was simply expressing what had always been within her. The difficult passages that had intimidated so many were now effortless, each note precise, each chord resonant. The melody swelled, rising and falling like a living thing, filling the room with a power that was both gentle and commanding. One instructor, a woman known for her strictness and sharp critique, stepped forward. "How is this possible?" she whispered. She seemed so ordinary, yet ... Her voice trailed off, unable to capture the awe she felt. The piece reached its climax, a series of rapid, cascading notes that would have broken lesser performers. Lena's hands moved with confidence and grace, her fingers striking with a force that was controlled yet expressive. The room seemed to hold its breath, caught in the tension and release of the music. When the final note rang out, it lingered in the air, vibrating with the power of completion. For a long moment, there was silence. Then, one of the instructors, a man who rarely displayed emotion, stepped back and released a low whistle. "She is remarkable," he said, almost in disbelief. "I have never seen anything like it." Lena lowered her hands and looked up. There was no pride in her gaze, only a quiet satisfaction. "Thank you," she said simply. The instructors could sense that her talent was natural, not honed for competition or recognition, but born from something deeper, something intrinsic to who she was. The academy was a place where the best of the best were trained, where humans sought to perfect their abilities beyond what was thought possible. Yet Lena's performance reminded them of something essential. The human potential often lay hidden, unrecognized until circumstances revealed it. Her mastery was not just a skill. It was a testament to the spirit of perseverance, to the quiet strength of a person who had never sought attention but possessed greatness nonetheless. Word of her performance spread quickly through the academy. Students who had dismissed her began to watch her with respect, some even approaching her for guidance. Yet Lena remained the same. She spoke softly, moved simply, and never flaunted her talent. To her, music was not a tool for status. It was a language of emotion, a bridge between her inner world and those around her. The instructors, however, could not ignore what they had witnessed. They convened after the performance, discussing her abilities and the implications. Some suggested that she be given advanced training, that she be prepared for performances beyond the academy's walls. Others debated whether such talent, when paired with humility and discretion, might challenge the academy's notions of excellence. One night, after the academy had emptied, Lena returned to the piano room. She sat alone, her fingers brushing over the keys without pressure, exploring melodies she had created in her mind. The room was quiet except for the faint hum of the instruments, the subtle echoes of past performances lingering in the air. She remembered her childhood, the long hours spent with her own small piano at home, the nights when she would play until her fingers ached and her eyes grew heavy with sleep. No one had noticed her talent then, and perhaps that was why it had grown quietly, hidden but strong. She had learned patience, focus, and the joy of creating without expectation. In the years that followed, Lena's presence in the academy transformed the environment in subtle ways. She inspired students not by instruction, but by example. Her calm determination, her unassuming mastery, showed them that greatness did not always announce itself with fanfare. It could reside in the quietest corners, waiting for the right moment to emerge. The academy soon faced challenges from beyond the stars. Alien civilizations sought to test human ingenuity, and competitions of skill became battles of intellect, creativity, and resilience. Lena's abilities, both musical and intellectual, proved invaluable. Her performances were not just art. They were demonstrations of human potential, a testament to what could be achieved through discipline, patience, and innate talent. During one critical event, a series of tests designed to evaluate human capability against alien technology, Lena was called to perform. The challenge was unprecedented. She would need to translate complex alien signals into musical patterns, revealing hidden structures that machines could not decipher. The instructors watched with bated breath as she approached the instrument, her hands poised over the keys. The music that emerged was astonishing. Each note corresponded to patterns in the alien signals, revealing order within chaos. Her fingers moved with certainty, translating the incomprehensible into something tangible and beautiful. The audience, both human and alien observers, watched in awe as the music unfolded. In that moment, Lena was not just a musician. She was a symbol of humanity's potential, a bridge between species, a reminder that even the simplest individual could hold extraordinary power within. When the performance ended, the aliens communicated a series of gestures indicating respect and recognition. The human instructors and students cheered, but Lena remained composed, simply acknowledging their approval with a nod. She understood that her role was not to seek glory, but to reveal the strength inherent in humanity. As the years passed, Lena's legend grew. She became a mentor, a symbol, and a reminder that the human spirit could achieve wonders beyond expectation. Her performances were studied, admired, and emulated, yet she remained unchanged, a humble presence in a world that often equated value with spectacle. She embodied the principle that true mastery did not need to be flaunted. It could shine quietly, steadily, and profoundly in the quiet moments. Alone with her piano, Lena reflected on the journey that had brought her here. She remembered the instructors who had doubted her, the students who had whispered, the challenges that had seemed impossible. Every experience had shaped her, strengthened her, and prepared her for the moments when her abilities would matter most. And through it all, she had remained herself. Simple in appearance, but extraordinary in essence. The Academy continued to thrive, human ingenuity reaching ever greater heights. Yet Lena's story remained a cornerstone of its legacy. Students were reminded daily that brilliance could be hidden, that perseverance and quiet strength could achieve feats that seemed unattainable. And in every hall, in every performance, her influence was felt a soft, enduring reminder that humanity's greatest asset was its capacity for growth, for expression, and for excellence that transcended expectation. Even as technology advanced, even as humans explored the stars and encountered new civilizations, Lena's music endured. It was a testament to the power of dedication, the elegance of simplicity, and the extraordinary potential that lay within every individual. And so, the woman who had once been underestimated, the simple student asked to play a difficult piece, became a symbol of